Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brock Rayford. This is my 10 spot. You guys ask the questions, I'm gonna answer them. Let's get into it. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because sometimes when I'm riding spots, I kind of let the spot dictate what I am gonna do there. Like if it's a special setup, I kind of let that kind of dictate the trick that I wanna do. But every now and again, I'll have like these crazy trick ideas that'll come into my head. But I would say, as of now, a trick that I would like to do someday is, man, I don't know. I'm like blanking out. Maybe crank hard bar would be pretty cool, something that comes to mind. You know, it seems pretty possible, like the more and more people get better at crank hards, you know, and that could be pretty cool looking, I'd imagine. So that's definitely something that I would be super stoked to land someday. Damn, Big Tall Pat. What up, dude? Shout out to Australia. Him and Jackman, the homies. Favorite Disco Stew filming moment? I'm gonna have to think on this for a second. There's so many just because it's like so, it was like so many different trips, and like I'm thinking about like times we were in the van and stupid shit happened, and like I would have to say, all right, I'll say this. My favorite Disco Stew filming moment would be like the turn of times when we decided to make it an actual DVD. So like as you could tell, like some of the older clips are just kind of like, we were just going out and filming whatever, like even like a chill day, just go and ride down the street. We would just film whatever just because we were stoked. Josh had a camera, and then there was kind of like a point that turned in the whole filming process where we were like, oh, we could actually make a DVD out of this. And that's when we started going to San Francisco. We started traveling like around to like different homies. We went and visited Raban in his area. I would say it was probably like right in the middle, because like that was like everyone like kind of like flip the switch of like, okay, like we're really gonna start going in for this, you know, like it was kind of, that's hard. That's definitely one of them for sure. Like when we went to Raban's area, and he has a mini ramp in his backyard, so we went and rode and filmed all day, and then we just skated this little mini ramp in Raban's backyard, and we're all having a few drinks and just hanging out, having a real good time. And it was just, I don't know, I just felt so like immersed in like the BMX culture and scene, you know, like I was with my homies, we were having a good time, filming, doing everything we wanted to do, and then we were, I don't want to say partying, but like we were just riding, having fun, like geeking out on being around each other and riding BMX. Like I don't understand like what better feeling there is than that, you know? So that's definitely one of my favorite moments in the Disco Stew filming thing. There's like a few snippets of that in the video that you can see, like me and Taylor wearing wigs, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite moments. Good question, Pat. Oh, good question, Felix. That dude's getting covered, man. He got his neck, his body. That dude's fucking got a bodysuit coming soon. I would say my favorite tattoo artist is definitely my homie that tattoos me right now. His name's Anthony Torok. He tattoos at Classic Tattoo in Upland. He's the same age as me. He loves BMX and video games and tattooing, so like we kind of have a lot in common and really have the same interests. So like when I go and hang out with him, it's like I feel like I'm just hanging out with a friend of mine. You know, it's not that whole like tattoo shop ego thing where, you know, you're just in there to get tattooed and be tough, and that's it, you know. So I really like hanging out with him and getting tattooed by him. His artwork's super good, his tattooing's super clean. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about the guy. And then on top of Anthony and all the other amazing tattoo artists out there, I definitely am a fan of all the dudes at Smith Street, Steve Bolts, Bert Crack, and Eli Quinters. All those dudes do amazing work. Yeah, I love tattoos, man. There's so many good dudes out there, but those are definitely some of my favorites. What up, Jake? So yeah, foot plants, I started doing them with my left foot, which is my back foot. This goes all the way back to when I ran track in high school, and I was really good at the hurdles, but every time, so usually it's like a foot pattern, so you jump off of the same foot every time, but when I first started doing it, I didn't know that, and I was jumping off of a different foot every time, and I must have practiced that like at least 3 or 4 times, like actual like going to practice, doing that, going home, and again and again and again. So like I think maybe that kind of got it in my head that like I kind of became ambidextrous on like which foot I jump off of, and then I started doing it because I spun to the left, so I would take my back foot off so I could do foot plant threes, and then I would start to try to do it over stuff, and I couldn't because I didn't have any pops. And I was like, oh well, let me try it with my front foot, and then that started working really well. And yeah, that's basically how I started getting into doing both of them, is like if I'm gonna do it over something like off the ground, over a rail, I'm gonna do it with my right foot. But if I'm gonna do like a foot plant three, I'm just gonna take the easy route and do it with my left foot, spin the right way, and call it a day. But I mean, that's definitely my take on it. The whole healthy lifestyle thing in BMX is just really everybody trying to prolong their BMX life. Being healthy kind of helps you do that, you know, like not necessarily eating McDonald's every day and drinking soda, you know, all that stuff kind of has a definite end to it on your body, you know, like you might have to stop riding early because, you know, your back hurts and you're not really putting stuff into it that'll help take care of that and nurse that back to health. So stretching and eating well and, you know, getting the right amount of sleep, all that stuff like really helps like with prolonging your BMX lifespan, you know, and that's what we all want to do at the end of the day. So I think by promoting that, we're only helping everyone out that much more, you know. So for me, I just, you know, do my little healthy smoothie in the morning, try to get something better than the regular fast food during the day if I'm out, and then try to have like a home cooked meal with like lots of nutrients to, you know, restore my muscles after riding all day, stuff like that. So all that stuff just really helps you ride for longer, and that's why I promote it. I'm sure that's why lots of other people promote it. You know, there's plenty of dudes out there doing the right thing, and you just got to follow kind of in their footsteps and just try to do your best to keep yourself on your bike for as long as possible. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, Narberries, I am a very competitive sniper on Call of Duty. Ever since the Modern Warfare 2 days, I used to quick scope and trick shot with my homies, and then went back to the original COD 4, started sniping on that, and just all in all, I love that style of gameplay. I used to 1v1 people all the time, and then that just carried on through all the Call of Duties up until present day with Black Ops 4. Like, I still snipe a fair bit, but I've been playing Fortnite a bit more, sniping in that just the same. But I don't know, it feels good to be able to like snipe someone and like do like a funny dance to kind of like humiliate them after. Like, I don't know, that's like such a successful feeling. And playing with Jake too is super funny just because like we talk smack the whole time. But yeah, man, I love video games. I can't help it. Like, I try to not, but it's just something I've done my whole life. So I try to, you know, just spend as much focus riding, and then when I get home, just nerd out for a few hours and let it be that. So, Jaren, I'm pretty sure you know this because we've been out together filming. Like, it's definitely super setup oriented most of the time. Usually I do the best like when we show up to a new spot and I'm like, oh, this could work and that could work, and you session it for a little bit, and then I kind of let the spot dictate the trick that I'm doing, especially because like not all the time do I have a spot in mind and a trick, and like more times than not, it's usually we're just riding around and I find something that I'm super stoked on. So that's definitely what makes up the most of my video parts, is like finding a setup and I'm like, oh, this could work here, great, rather than being like, oh, I have this trick in mind, like what's the spot for it? Like, I don't want to say rarely does that happen, but like it's more towards like the end of my filming journey that it's like, oh, okay, like I have this trick I've really been wanting to do, let's find a spot for it. But like I would say like the bulk of my filming process and my videos are just kind of us like coming up on spots. And then as for my favorite video part that I filmed this far, I would definitely have to say it's my headlights section. Even though I did get cut short with my knee injury during the filming process, I still really love every single clip that I got for that video, just because like the crew that was there, like the mindset that I was in, you know, everything was something that I like really wanted or something that I was really scared of. So to kind of get all those and have them all in one body of work and edited masterfully by Mike Mastroni, and to be in a video with all those other amazing riders, like I'm so proud of like that body of work just in general. Like everyone in there killed it, Mike killed it. So yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, give it a watch. Headlights is an amazing video. My favorite art piece to date is probably the Eagle flash piece that I recently painted. I've just been learning a lot lately, like with the paints that I use and technique, and I would definitely say that encompasses all of that. Like I put everything into it, and the finished product I was very proud of, so that's definitely one of my favorites. I don't know, man. Like if you ever heard my dad talk or like my mom, they both have two different New Orleans, Louisiana style accents, and it's so thick that sometimes my friends tell me that they don't even understand what either of them are saying. They're just like, yeah, okay, I have no idea what you're saying. But I don't know, I guess for a while, like since I lived there for so long and I was so over it, I like tried to separate myself from that part of it so much that I like would make it a point to like enunciate my words more and like try to pronounce things better and like not kind of say everything in one sentence. Because like in Louisiana, like everything's like kind of conjoined together. So like, for example, my grandmother says, instead of that one, she says that'n. Get that over there. Like that is like, you know, it's like, it all sounds like one word. It's kind of like Don Vito talking on BAM, how like they would have to put the subtitles because he's just like, it's like that. Like if you, I'm pretty sure like for most people, if my dad had subtitles, they'd probably understand them way better. But I love it. I mean, I love the culture down there. Like Louisiana's awesome, but this wasn't the place for me. And I left the accent there too. The 951, dude. Shout out Trevor for this one. I would definitely say my favorite things about it is just that it totally encompasses the moto lifestyle, you know? Like, I mean, shit, you can't spell Brock without bro, so I might as well, you know, take advantage of that, you know? And I don't know, like, there's just so much to do out there, you know? There's parks to ride, BMX, there's tracks, there's this everything that I kind of grew up on. My dad rides motocross, so like I grew up watching Krusty Demons and all that stuff, and it seems like that was the place that they were all at most of the time. So like all the pit bike riding, all the crazy desert life or moto life stuff you would do, you know, like it seems like it's happening out there. So I would definitely like to live out there at some point, because that seemed like the place that like when I came here I was like, damn, SoCal's dope and like the coastline's tight, but like the 951 just seems like the place I'd always wanted to be, you know, just so I could ride BMX or ride moto, like do all that stuff. If I want to go to the beach, it's right there, but shout out to the 9, man, shit, one day. That's a wrap for the 10 spot. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for sending in the questions. Looking forward to the next one. Shout out Odyssey. I'm out.